Guys, this is a general reading for the collective for the new moon in Aries and the equinox. Equinox will hit today on the 20th, probably while I'm recording this. And the new moon is in Aries shortly thereafter, so by about noon on the 21st. That's Eastern time, so check for your location on the planet. And we will have Aries and the Sun both at 0 to 1 degrees. It's really, you can round up to 1 degree. And so I'm focusing mostly on the new moon, but of course equinox, Aries equinox is all about new beginnings. It's spring here. We have the vernal equinox and the autumnal equinox down under. But, for the vast majority of my viewers, it is spring is in the air. Brand new astrological year. And all new moons are about new beginnings. We always know that. We're setting intentions for something we want to manifest. But this one is more evolutionary. It's the new you. And it is kind of about wiping the slate clean because of the connection to Pluto moving into Aquarius. And so this is about beginning something brand new. In other words, not new and improved, like I am always looking for ways to improve upon intentions I've already set, and things that I already kind of have going for me. No, this is brand new. 2 days after the new moon, Pluto moves into 0 degrees of Aquarius. All of my readings for this series of the zodiac, the individual zodiac readings, are all focused on Pluto and Aquarius. So check your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus readings as they unfold. I think I've got Aries and Taurus up right now. So you need to consider this new moon, which happens first, as a soft place to land, right? We get to think about the future, how we want to change, who we want to be. Maybe there's a program you want to create, something brand new, a project, could be a new job, could be a relocation. Wherever 0 degrees of Aries falls in your chart, pay attention to that because it may give you some clues as to what's going to be new for you. And then 2 days later, Pluto comes in, and Pluto's first job is to tear down and destroy old structures that don't work anymore. Tear down old structures, tear down old ways of being. I'll give you a clue. When Pluto moved into Capricorn, it was 2008. The housing market and financial markets collapsed. What's happening as he's leaving the last degree of Capricorn? Banks collapsing, right? Because what's Pluto saying? Yeah, this is the mastery degree and y'all didn't fix that shit. So then Pluto moves into Aquarius and we get a whole new reckoning. And Aquarius is the sign of humanity. It's about the collective. 11th house themes, Google that. So that's the natural zodiac, is Aquarius rules the 11th house. So once we have the new in our mind, and once we've set intentions for how we want to be in this new evolution of ourselves, Pluto may come in with some surprise endings. They will be requisite. They will be required for you to manifest the intentions you're setting for this new moon. And then it gets better, because at the end of April, we have, not the end really, the 20th of April, we have another new moon in Aries. I know, I think they call that a black moon, I'm not sure. Once in a blue moon, no, this is different. We get 2 new moons in the same sign. I think that's what that's called. So in April, we'll get to kind of refine, retune, new and improved then. But this is all brand new. So be thinking about all the energy that's in Aries right now in your chart, whatever house Aries is in. Let me tell you who's there. The sun is there, the moon is there, Mercury is there, Jupiter is there, and Chiron is there. So be thinking, Mercury, about how you want to expand, Jupiter, and what old wounds, okay, Chiron, are holding you back from that abundance. I know, it's a lot, and that is all I'm going to say. So let me pull some Oracle. This is all going to be looking forward. Where are we headed? Usually I do a little bit, you know, where have we been? Where are we now? Where are we headed? No, it's all new. So where are we headed? I know, I'm kind of excited. I like the new. Vast vistas, yes, there's Jupiter. Expand your horizons. Watching clouds, lie back and relax. Rest and relax, that's interesting. And then first light, beginning a new cycle. Ding, 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 we have a winner. So this is basically saying something new is on the horizon for you. So kind of get back in touch with your dreamer, your inner dreamer, you know. Big exhale, inhale, exhale, lie back a bit. You know, if you can, get out on the grass or out in the sand and look up at the sky and watch the clouds as they pass. That would be a real literal interpretation of what's being called for here as you contemplate these new intentions for something that's brand new, first light, and that may take you into new areas of life you've never explored before. I know. It's good. I like that. All right, so let me move these out of my way. And let's jump in and see what we've got going on here. I do read about relationships, but whatever comes through, comes through. The Saturn and Pisces readings had a lot of clarity around lessons being learned and ways to ground our dreams so that we're not kind of way out there in fantasy land. A lot of the readings were about that. And now the Pluto readings have some themes of, you know, who's really showing up for you in this world. And maybe if they aren't, it's time to let that go. We'll see. Ace of Swords. Wow. So the Ace of Swords here is sort of saying, yes, I'm receiving. This can be very Aquarian. I'm receiving the downloads. My mind's open. I'm receiving the insights. The clarity is coming in. I'm seeing things clearly. Where's the challenge here? Ten of Cups, about love and what it means, what does happily ever after even mean? Ten of Cups. What will make me happy? I feel the Ace of Swords is coming in as an awareness of how you have seen things and how that might be changing. The Wheel of Fortune underneath in unconscious awareness, talking about fate and destiny and things unfolding in divine time and order. Look at this in the past, the Hierophant. This is perfect because before I even go any further, we've got the Hierophant in the past, the Ace of Swords now with a challenge around the Ten of Cups. And the Hierophant is about conventional committed relationships, the vows we take and make. But I love this deck because it shows that this person is very centered and sort of, there's laughter here as he energetically ascends to his highest self. It's his connection to the divine that brings him joy, not the earthbound. He is sitting on the earth. He is completely in lotus position. There's an awareness of his being on earth, but there's a joy and thrill and bliss about something higher, something greater than himself. So I love this deck for that reason. So it could be that the changes that are coming in are changes about what happiness in relationship really looks like. What does that feel like in terms of how expansive is it? How much have I held myself back in the past? Because right now in conscious awareness, we have the Eight of Swords. This is about overthinking. This is about feeling stuck. It is a prison of our own making where we start to second guess ourselves. So as this clarity comes in, we might have a hot minute, right? Pluto in Aquarius, all the swords energy is air energy. Aquarius is an air sign where we're kind of like, I don't know my next best step. I don't know what to do. And we might fall into some overthinking going forward. 10 of Wands, and then we get to offload all the heavy burden, unburden ourselves, release the negative karma. I love that. And then I'm just going to pull 3 cards here. So this is an abbreviated reading. We've got the 5 of Wands, the Hermit, and the 5 of Cups. The 2 5s are very interesting, because the 5s, especially these 2, because they're 2 of the more challenging, but all the 5s have tension built in, because numerologically speaking, the number 5 is about change. 6 is about balance. So there's this struggle here, chaos, conflict, competition, things that just feel like they get in the way of something that needs some flow. And then all the regrets, 5 of Cups, regrets of the past, mistakes of the past. I love this because it feels like there's water circling the proverbial drain there. It's like, well, this just slipped through my fingers. And in between that is this levitating Hermit. And I'm feeling that the Hermit is here for a reason, suggesting that some of us may need to fly solo for a while and journey on a little bit further as we get in touch with what hasn't been working, those 5s. Where are we out of balance? Where have things been really difficult and challenging and freaking depressing for some of us? So that's what we're going to look at for probably for the extended. So let's look at the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Hermit again, 9 of Pentacles, Devil. Yes, so I feel like the insights that are coming in are showing us on an individual level. Both these cards are Virgo cards, interestingly, and Virgo tends to be sort of remote, right? Virgo in general, and I am generalizing, and I happen to be a Virgo, tends to want to sort things out for themselves by themselves. My first words my mother told me were, I can do it myself. Very Virgo. But there's something karmic that's been playing out here. We want this happily ever after, but at what cost? And where is ego getting in the way? And not just yours, but maybe somebody you've been dealing with. Maybe it's a karmic partner and not a twin or a soulmate. And I feel like these insights are coming in, and yet on some level, in a conscious way, we're struggling with it. Deep breath, guys. Deep breath. So again, that Virgo, that Hermit energy coming out over here for the outcome energy is about, well, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board. A little more self-awareness, a little more introspection, pulling ourselves out of toxic situations, karmic patterns, karmic people. If it ain't making you happy, this is the new moon to say, I am done with that. Pluto, take it away. I'm ready for the new and improved me. So let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Chariot. So it's so fascinating to me that in unconscious awareness, we're kind of collectively asking ourselves, and maybe even being a little obsessed adjacent, not full-on obsession, because it's coming from the, this is all in unconscious awareness. Like there's this preoccupation with divine time, with our karma, be it good or bad. What's in store for us is what I think we're sort of perseverating on a bit. Especially when it comes to love, to romance, to someone who just shows up with nothing to hide, wears their heart right on their sleeve, will tell you to the core of who they are and what they feel and how they feel about you, and when they're hurting and when they're happy and when, right? I mean, that's kind of what this Knight of Cups is about, and underneath is the Cancerian energy of the Chariot, which says move forward. And we know on some level that timing hasn't hit just right. And yet there's an awareness buried very deeply, because this is already unconscious awareness, and this is from the bottom of that. So it's even deeper down, that it may be time to move on. And, good news is the Chariot can be a victory card. It can be about, just sort of be gentle with yourself. The wheel wants to move in your favor. Love will find you. There's no reason to panic if it didn't pan out as you had hoped, and if it's been very toxic and karmic. You're about to release that, because that doesn't belong to you. That's not what you came here for. And you will be victorious. You will move forward, and you will be victorious. So there's almost a calming effect that I feel from the Chariot way down beneath. There's an awareness that we may need to move on, but there's also like, don't worry, you'll know when the time is right to do so. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a timing reference, right? In divine time. Hierophant in the past. God. Yeah. I love that he's kind of laughing, but it doesn't feel like a funny matter. It's not haha to me. Yeah, you've been waiting a long time. Things have been very stagnant here between you and your past life soulmate. No messages of love, or apology if one is necessary, because I do see all these fives here, and the devil, not for nothing, the devil isn't always something sinister. Sometimes it's just, ego gets in the way, shadow gets in the way, something feels just off. You just know, like, this doesn't feel like love to me. This feels like pain and suffering. And, maybe there's been this big stagnant energy with regard to someone that you've been feeling or thinking is someone you would like to travel this life with in 3D. Life partnership. Committed relationship at the very least. So I do feel there's been some stagnant energy around that. The Hierophant is Taurus, and right now the North Node is in Taurus, but will be shifting to Aries, I think in May, I want to say. I'm thinking it's in May. But regardless, North Node is the future. And so there's been this stagnant energy, meaning that on some level, there's something that just kind of hasn't gotten off the pot, if you know what I mean. And I feel like that's why we're sitting here with Eight of Swords. Like, now what do I do? I have this big new moon in Aries at the equinox, and Pluto moving signs, and all this stuff is happening. And now what do? I don't know my next best step. First thing, don't overthink it. Says the Virgo who overthinks everything. Just so you know. Practice what you preach, lady. Yeah, because we've got the moon here with the Lovers and the Ten of Cups again. So it's like, I'm afraid to let go. I'm afraid. This is my person. I want reunion. But with the Lovers card, and what I have told you all a million times, is the Lovers is always a card of choice. And the message that I see coming through is, if you want this true love, if you want this emotional fulfillment and this energy of bliss and like, oh, we made it, then you have to start with you. That Hermit is calling you to know yourself well. And sometimes we have to choose coming home to ourselves so we can begin again. Brand new, remember? Not new and improved. Brand new. And it's rough because on some level you got to trust your intuition. There's a lot of fear with the moon because it's, the other side of the veil there. And we do have this new moon energy, thank goodness, right next to the sun. So the sun is illuminating some things for us, but it is about trusting your intuition. If I could say anything about this new moon in Aries, at that 0 degree point, and Saturn in Pisces now, it's about trusting your intuition and grounding into something that's more stable, and offloading and unburdening yourselves of things that don't serve you anymore, that you cannot carry forward for the obvious reasons, because then you're just going to be in a very ugly cycle. Yes, oh, thank goodness. Release, release. 10 of Wands and the Death card. Release the hurt, release the pain. That's Chiron talking to you. And prepare yourselves for what it is you want to manifest that's new. Once you offload all this difficult, painful energy, the other part of the Death card is growth and change and transformation, that ability to ascend, right? The phoenix rising from the ashes. Also ruled by, wait for it, Pluto, right? So I'm feeling like there's something that has to be offloaded. This, of course, is looking forward. Something needs to be released that's been stagnant. It's been causing pain. It's been burdensome. It's been toxic and karmic in a negative way for some of you. And it's brought nothing but freaking drama. So yeah, many of us may be in for a spell of solitary journeying. Queen of Wands, Emperor, Two of Cups. This is really fascinating. Both of these cards are Aries. Queen of Wands is Aries because the queens are all cardinal signs. And Aries is the cardinal fire sign, and the Emperor is Aries. So I love that these are both Aries because they're a good energetic match. Fire meets fire. It just feels to me like, and it doesn't matter what your sign is, it's like your next best step forward is to release all this negative karma, to unburden yourself of something that's been holding you back and hurting you, release the wounds. We've all been through some deep healing lately. And some of us have a pattern of not letting go that last little bit and holding on to pain just that last little bit before we're finally healed, because what else do we have to hold on to? Sometimes that's what we do. It's human nature to say, well, if I release this pain and I allow it to heal fully, then where's my anchor? Everything's new, right? And it can be very scary. So I'm feeling like the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups is saying there's some chaos and regret about it here. There's some conflict and regret about it here. Or mistakes that have been made that have kicked up a lot of drama. And so you're going to journey forward on a path of deeper self-discovery. And your next iteration of relationship will be an equal match. And it won't be with a little page. And it won't be all the, what was I going to say? It's come up in like 3 different readings. The flowery words versus the substance, the emotional substance, the passionate substance, the person who shows up for you, has your back, and isn't in competition with you, right? So I feel like there's something brewing that's even better and more magnetic and more passionate as we sort of journey on our way and release things that hold us back, have hurt us, and that don't serve us anymore. So that's what I have for this part of the reading. The extended, I'm going to be looking at this. I really want to focus on, like, you know, what conflict, what regrets might be there. How do you explore ways to release it? What might be coming toward you that will take its place? Remember I said soft place to land. So that's what we'll be looking at. I go all around the zodiac, Aries through Pisces, and I give mini spreads for everyone. And it is time stamped for those of you in the channel membership. It will be available for you in YouTube. For those of you who purchase individually, it will be in the description box at the point of purchase. You will need to copy and paste it because I can't hyperlink from the platform where I house the extended. So this is what I have for you. Let me tell you the astrology. We have Hermit twice, that's Virgo. Nine of Pentacles, that's Virgo. Devil is Capricorn. We've got the Wheel is a card of Jupiter, actually, which is Sagittarian energy. Knight of Cups is Pisces. Cancerian energy in the Chariot. Hierophant is Taurus. We have the Hanged Man is more Pisces. Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Moon is Pisces. A lot of Pisces energy in this reading. Lovers is Gemini. Mars is still in Gemini, but he's past his post-retrograde shadow, and he's about to change signs and move into Cancer soon. So that's interesting news. We have Scorpio in the Death card, Virgo and Gemini in the Magician. This is a card of Mercury, and as I said, Mercury's in Aries right now. And we have the double hit of Aries here for the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, a relationship of equals and something more evolved for the future. Sending you big new moon love and blessings. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Otherwise, bye for now.